Hello and welcome to this month's Bushido Maxim. So every month we take one of these really ancient and timeless pieces of wisdom and we look at how we connect them to conscious living, conscious leadership and conscious business all through the Bushido Entrepreneur. My name's Annette Kepri. I'm the founder of the Quantum Dojo, and today we're going to look at a really interesting piece about time. This is it's anonymous. It's a Chinese adage which says, life unfolds on a great sheet called time, and once finished, it is gone forever. So it's very short and sweet. And the reason why I want to bring this one into action today is because time, as we all know, is the same for everybody, but people do different things with their time. And what really I observe from an entrepreneurial perspective is there's two things here. People are either really good at kind of, getting out of their own way and using time really effectively and productively. And other people feel that actually, they can wait and they have more time and they don't necessarily want to take action things. Now, one of the things that I like to use as a metric for time is, how we have obviously 12 months in the year and we look at quarters. I always like to review on week by week, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year. So if we're looking at something from a mission perspective as a conscious business, if the mission is obviously bigger than us, time is always of the essence. There isn't ever any time to hang around. Now, don't make this confused with the yin and the yang in terms of when to stay still, when to move. We're not necessarily looking at the yin side at the moment. We're looking at the yang side in terms of action, inspired action taking, motivation, getting things done. So I like this idea of life unfolds on a great sheet called time, because obviously from a human perspective, our time is finite. Yet you'd be amazed in the day-to-day how many people waste their time in the day. So what I would like to look at in terms of this maxim for this month and things that we can focus on is looking at how well do you use your time? How much of your time is going towards the needle movers on your mission and the things that are going to make a difference in your entrepreneurship, your leadership, and your business? And ultimately, from a conscious business perspective, it's about what we're doing, not in order just to kind of stay still, but in order to grow and to create more impact and be able to do more out there in the world. Now, I would say lots of people that I meet kind of fall into roughly multiple, a few different categories. One, you've got people who are sort of stuck in more of a fixed mindset that are a little bit more kind of, yeah, I know it all, I've got it all sorted and everything. And yet when you look at their results out there, you're like, okay. Then you've got people where they are really proactive, always growing, always building, always stretching, and they're getting a bigger result. Then you've got obviously, let's call them the kind of the naysayer pile over there that are a flat no, not interested, don't want to do this, not interested in moving and growing, and so on and so forth. I remember a little story from many years ago. I'm probably talking about 20 years ago. And I was in a conference just full of black belts. So it was all in this room and it was having somebody speaking to us about running dojos. And I remember that a guy kind of slipped in sort of 10 minutes or so into this talk, and not many people kind of noticed him, but I spotted him. I knew this guy and I spotted him, and I knew that he had multiple businesses, multiple dojos, but also multiple business interests. And I also knew he was probably the wealthiest person in the room, if not top 2 or 3. So I also knew that his actions created impact and income, sorry. So as he came into this room, he sort of did a quick flick, and he didn't want to disturb the speaker, he didn't want to disturb the audience, so he slipped down the side and sat on the floor and broke out a notepad and pen. Now, I remember that, and it was poignant to me, and I don't know whether many people noticed, because I clocked in that moment, not only is that growth mindset, but it was also that humble ability to be, no matter where you think you are in your life, your business, your leadership, your income, that somebody has the capacity to always be the eternal student and always go, do you know what, I'm going to listen to this because I might get something from it. Even if sometimes we listen to wisdom and advice and kind of go, yeah, I knew that. My question to always to people is like, how much of it are you embodying and how much of that are you living? Because we all know quite a lot of things. Doesn't mean we are them. Big difference. And so when you look at things like that example, I had a little chat with him afterwards because I find that really interesting, and we had to talk about what we kind of gained from that particular talk that was happening. But it always inspired me that I thought to myself, do you know, I always want to be like that guy. No matter how many decades I've been running a dojo, no matter how much I think that I know and that I've grown, and no matter how much like millions of dollars in sales and all the rest of it, it boils down to a continual, and lots of people that are dojo owners will know the phrase, constant never-ending improvement, because it's something that's inbuilt into you that you don't take it personally. And you just go, okay, well, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to learn. And going back to this piece here, which is really important, and once finished, it is gone forever. I always look at that in terms of time's precious. Time is precious. We had something recently where I look back on a group of time and a particular result wasn't done in the time frame. I, as the sort of the dojo head, you know, have to take full responsibility for that. But at the same time, I looked at, okay, where was it that we took time for granted? Where was it that we thought we had more time? Where was it that we actually didn't understand the impact of what we were doing and not doing? And you have to, from a samurai perspective, this is why I always map it back into Bushido, because the thing is, inside Bushido, in terms of like that way of the warrior mindset, is it's about taking those things in and like dusting yourself down and going, okay, got it, move on, and you will build and build and build and move forwards. So I think for this month, it's a really interesting one to look at and think about, where are you within your life and business that you are either being not so mindful with time? You know, where are we taking time for granted? And where are we maybe not utilizing time as well as we could be? And actually, where are we super, super hyper vigilant where we're spending our time and why we're spending that time and what the impact from that time yields us? Now, to quickly go back to what I said at the beginning about the sort of the yin and yang of it, I'm talking there about our productivity time. When I talk about the yin time in terms of creativity, downtime, health, well-being, longevity, and all those things, those two pieces obviously always have to come together and fit. But at the same time, that yin time is really beneficial when you know that in the yang time, I've done absolutely everything that I could do and more so. So we've done that the whole thing about the quantum dojo, quantum leaps, it's that extra stretch. So I've done everything that I could do and beyond. And then I am now having the downtime, because obviously for me to be able to pour out, I need to pour in. So the two things are a constant flow of in and out. But I think where time's concerned, I like the idea where it's life sort of folding on a great sheet called time. and that we become really mindful of it. And I don't mean in the sense of like being, you know, clock watching every second of every day, but at the same time, in terms of actually doing things on your mission and doing things on your business, it is really important to work in blocks of time and get the maximum out of that time. So I think for this month, it'll be nice for us to all have a look at time, how we use it, whether we take it for granted, how we take advantage of it in a positive way, and how that yields towards bigger impact and more having consciousness within the framework of the mission and where we're going and what we're doing. So I'll leave you with that one for the month. I will see you next month. Any questions or anything you want to work on with your mission, please do get in touch with us. You can join our Facebook group. You can connect with us on social media, and you're very welcome to join our mailing list and receive our free gift and all the things that we put out there. So hope to see you soon. Take care. Have a great month. Bye-bye.